Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to be planning in my print Pressions and I'm going to be doing a Halloween Bujo type of spread. Here is a quick look at last week after the pin. And this is kind of what I have marked out for this week. This week is going to be where my decorations are going to be. And I plan on kind of resizing the boxes a little bit and filling in the negative space with a really dark color. And here's kind of my idea for this week. This guy is named Sam. He is from a movie called Trick or Treat. And these are kind of the colors I have picked out for this week as well. So, like I said, a bulk of my design is going to be over here. Testing out the paper a little bit. I did a few swatch tests with my real brush pen watercolor pens from Arteza and a little bit of water and some highlighters here. And there was a little bit of shadowing, a little bit of bleed through, but not a lot. So I'm a little concerned about that. But maybe that just means we'll have to get extra creative next week. So I guess let's just get started. I'm just going to get started by kind of sketching out my basic idea that I want to create here. I'm going to be putting my little character Sam down here in at the bottom part of the page, and then I'm going to put the lollipop up at the top part of the page. I'm just kind of sketching around, getting a feel for it. I actually ended up erasing this and lowering him down on the page quite a bit and making his head a little bit larger. But I'm going to sketch out the lollipop. Like I said in the little intro, he is from a movie called Trick or Treat. You might have seen it, you might not have seen it. I believe it's from a movie from the early 2000s, I believe is when it came out. So it's a little bit on the older side, but not that old. So I'm just giving the lollipop his little signature jack-o'-lantern face. See, there you can see I actually made his head quite a bit larger and lowered him down on the page. So I'm just going to start filling his little costume in with this really pretty brown color. And I'm kind of being a little haphazard with this because I want that burlappy texture. I want that kind of almost woven texture. So I'm not being like super careful or anything. Now I'm going back in with an even deeper tone of brown to give his little stitches. That was kind of weird to say. Give him his little stitches and little accents and kind of, bring in more of those dark tones and shadows and things like that. So I'm just kind of tracing around and adding in some depth. And there we go. So, and I'm just going to do the same on the top here. Just making sure his head is a nice shape and blending everything together just to create that nice even color. I love doing Halloween spreads. October is one of my favorite times of the year, and last year I did like a Halloween Bujo spread every week of October, and I really wanted to do that again this year, so that's kind of why I'm doing it. And I'm probably going to do Halloween Bujos for the rest of the month just because I really like doing them. I'm filling in his little jumpsuit with orange, and I'm coloring in his little eyes here just with black. They're actually little buttons, so here in a little while I'm actually going to go back in with a little white gel pen and kind of give those some little accents here. Now I'm going to do a little bit of shading on his little jumpsuit and his little mask with some gray tones just to kind of help add to that texture and give some more shadows. See how that really made that pop in just like a few seconds? Now I'm going to be working on the lollipop here. I'm just going to fill it in with a base orange, and then I'm going to go back in with some darker colors and shade it and give it a little bit of dimension. So I'm just going to continue to fill that in and fill in the little lollipop stick here. Now I'm going back in with the black and working on the little jack-o'-lantern face. So I'm just going to continue to fill this in, and then like I said, once this is done, I'm going to be going back in with some darker colors and giving it more dimension and shadows and all that type of thing. So I'm actually going to rework the boxes to be a little bit of a different size, and it's going to go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on top, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday split in the last column like I've been doing for the past couple of weeks. So now I have my darker orange here, and I'm going in and adding some shadows. And like I said, dimension. I'm probably going to say that word a lot in this video. So just outlining a few things here. So this actually ended up looking really cool in my personal opinion when I blended it here in just a few minutes. It looks so, so cool. So I'm just going to do a little swatch, and now I'm going to start blending the colors together. See how cool that looks? Like, what? Sorry, art nerd, I guess, but it looks really, really cool. So I'm just going to quickly kind of outline this in a light gray color just to kind of help me avoid going over it with a too dark of a color, and it kind of gives me an idea of what everything's going to look like in a darker color. Now I'm going to start working on reshaping my boxes with this black color. So now that I have my boxes reworked and resized, they're slightly different. I'm just going to be filling in the negative space, and it's going to be a very hard to tell, but it's going to be actually an ombre. It goes from black on the last two columns to about a medium gray to a dark gray at the very end there. Now I have my Jelly Roll pen, and I'm just doing some quick highlights here, and then you guys will get a kind of look at everything. So I'm going to take my black ink pen and just kind of scratch over a few things, giving it some more texture and some more details, and then I'm going to be filling in my headers, and these are kind of supposed to look like oozy candy, or, you know, slime, whatever you want to call it. I was going for candy. So I'm just going to fill those in. And then I'm going to take that same dark orange color and kind of outline it to give it some more dimension. And I'm also going to go over it with some white to really make it pop and give it that 3D almost effect. And those are going to be my days of the week headers. And then I'm going to fill in the background with some white, also with my same jelly pen. Just do some little candies and some little dots to make everything pop. And that's going to be my spread for this week. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys.